Hi guys, I hope you're having an awesome hump day. I woke up today kind of with the inspiration to do my favorite top vendors. I picked 5 of my top vendors. So I decided that would be a fun video to make, and maybe some of you guys would be interested in that. I know so many times people are asking questions on like Wax Chat, what's your favorite vendor and why? What's your least favorite vendor and why? I'm not going to get into least favorite vendors because that could be a whole nother video or a whole nother discussion, but my top 5 favorite vendors should be interesting. So to go ahead and get started, my first favorite vendor, my ultimate top, I'd say I have Supercharged as my #1 vendor, and then the rest of the 4, it varies. So there's not a really set number for which one's my favorite with the next 4 after this one. But Supercharged is my favorite vendor for multiple reasons. #1, I think that Brandy, the owner, is amazing at blending scents. Some things that I would never think would go good together, or things that I think might even be disgusting, turn out to be favorites of mine. So I'm always pretty impressed with her blending ideas, skills, all of that. I also really love how strong her wax is. It's definitely one of the strongest. I think overall as a company, her wax is probably the strongest. Some are hits, some are misses, but there are, from other vendors, there'll be a scent here and there that is also very strong. But as a whole, overall, I would say Supercharged is probably the strongest vendor I order from. I wanted to talk a little bit when I talk about these companies to let you know kind of, the shapes or different products they offer, their openings and turnaround time and that kind of stuff. So Supercharged recently opened to ready to ship. Before that, she was a pre-order. So now that she's ready to ship, she restocks usually once a week. I know there had been talk that, maybe they might skip a week or something, but so far they have not skipped a week. She used to offer these BAM bags. I think this is a half BAM, but it came in the red bag. Usually they come in the black bags, but this is a half BAM. I don't have my scale, so I can't weigh how much that is, but it's a good amount of wax. What she's mainly known for are these clamshells. That's usually what she does. She also used to offer samplers with the scent shot cups, but she has discontinued those. And she just recently opened a new product called her Potion Packs, and they are like 4, maybe 4.5 ounce bags of different shapes, just completely various shapes. It's actually been really cool seeing the shapes that she offers. I've seen like mini guns, little dinosaurs, fingers, half Pop-Tarts, waffles, saltines. I mean, just anything you can think of, I've seen it in a shape. So I do have an order coming. I think I bought about 8 bags. It hasn't shipped yet, so I unfortunately don't have that to show you, but like I said, that is another type of product that she offers. She also has Bath & Body. Brandy doesn't make those herself. She has another partner, I think her name is Alicia, who does the Bath & Body. They have body creams, shower gels, body butters, but they're not, that's going to come back for fall. It got too hot in the summer to make those or to ship them. And then a couple other items, sugar scrubs, and something else I can't think. But I'm pretty sure I encompassed everything that she sells right now. So I think my favorite out of all the products that she offers is definitely the clamshells. I think they're really fun. For me, that's a great amount of wax. I usually use just maybe 1 cube at a time. I know a lot of people, they'll want the same scent everywhere in their house. And so they'll, could use up to a whole clamshell in one go. But I don't. Mine lasts for a while. I like that they're easy to just pop out. I like the designs. I love her labels. I think her labels are amazing. Probably my favorite packaging, at least out of any of the vendors that I picked out. I didn't say her turnaround time though, usually it's ready to ship, but it usually takes, maybe upwards of a week before you do get your ship notice. I know it could be a little less, could be a little more. So, I mean, it's pretty quick. For a lot of other vendors, you can do pre-orders, you place your order, you wait. But I'd say for a ready to ship company, a week is pretty much normal. So, her wax goes out pretty fast. So I also wanted, these are, I didn't mention, but I pulled out some of my favorite scents in the companies I'm going to show you. So for all of my Super Tarts in front of me, these are top favorite scents of mine. I'm sure there's some more. There's other ones that I really love, but these are like my ride or die scents. I'm absolutely in love. So the first one that I love the most, this is my favorite wax scent just ever. It's Get Out of the Water, and I know Kim is rolling her eyes right now. I'm rolling them back, Kim. This is the crap. I mean, I'm telling you. This is strawberry jam and her home blend of Jaws, which is sea salt, fresh air, seagrass, sliced plum, and sweet pear, which to me, originally I would have never thought that was something so great, but it's amazing. It blows you out of the water, pun intended. So this is all I have left until Brandy adds the Jaws to her ready to ship site. This is it, and I'm just hoarding it. I want to melt it because it's amazing, but I just can't. My husband, this is his all-time favorite scent too, so it's just so fresh with a little bit of sweetness. It's just amazing. Best scent ever. My next top scent is Ruby. This is Biolage, Blackberry Jam, and Cotton Candy Frosting. When she did her pre-order, she did the Once Upon a Time and Jaws together. And I wasn't going to pick up Ruby because I wasn't a huge fan of Biolage, but this was the scent that after I got this one, I changed my mind and fell in love with Biolage, and I love it in anything. I even picked it up in one of her potion packs so I can blend my own Biolage blends. But this one is amazing. This is my second clamshell. And I was running out, but I purchased a sugar scrub and a body cream in Ruby from a lovely lady, and she included this partial clamshell in it, which I thought was so kind of her. That was amazing. So I do have some more until I purchase more, but this one's great. This one is really strong. So is Get Out of the Water. They're both really, really strong, but this one, obviously with the Biolage, it's like super strong, you know, like superhero strong. It's crazy. My next favorite one will have to be Middle Earth. This is a great blend for if you're not feeling well, if you have a headache or migraine type situation. This is dirt, rosemary, and fresh mint leaf. I don't get any dirt from this. When I first thought of this scent, everybody was raving about it. I had the scent in my mind, and it had a lot of fresh dirt. And so when I smelled it, I was taken back because I don't get dirt at all. It's just like really fresh mint. That's what I get. But this one's really great. This one makes me feel really good if I have a headache or, you know, honestly, even a stomach ache. Just if you don't feel well, that's a great scent to put on. It's very natural, very earthy. Next would be Grimes. This is probably my favorite coffee scent. It's coffee, applesauce, and donuts. When I first heard the scent when she announced the rest of her Melting Dead collection, I was thinking applesauce, you know, donuts with coffee. But then I thought about it and I said, well, applesauce is basically just apple. So apple, donut, and coffee. So when I thought about it like that, I was like, okay, well, that sounds pretty good. But I wasn't prepared for the amazingness that was going to await me. It is so freaking good. That apple and donut is probably what I get the strongest. I don't get too much coffee, but that apple and donut is amazing. If you haven't smelled this, and even if you don't care for coffee scents, I still recommend this one because it's not heavy on the coffee like some coffee blends tend to be. That apple and donut is just amazing in that. Really good. My favorite bakery scent from Super Tarts is, well, between this one, but this is more, I consider that more of a coffee scent, but Snape. This one is heavy on the cinnamon. I don't have the scent description. It didn't come on the lid, but you definitely get cinnamon in there, but it's not that spicy cinnamon. It's that bakery cinnamon. So bakery cinnamon's okay for me. It sounds hard to explain, but it's just so good. Bakery goodness. You can mix this with anything. You could melt it by itself. This one's really, really strong. Just an all-time favorite for me. I think I also have that in a clamshell, but I haven't busted into this scent shot, so I wanted to show you what her scent shots at least used to look like. She doesn't do these, at least right now. And then I lastly wanted to go over this Half Bam. This is Step by Step, which is another one of my favorites. This is a Blonde Moment blend. I'm trying to think what else is in here. Either it's like Honeydew, Blonde Moment, and something else. Maybe Cotton Candy Frosting or something like that. I'm pretty sure it's Honeydew Melon and Blonde Moment. But that's what some of the chunks look like. I'm going to pull a couple out for you. Like that. These are the two-tone ones. I feel like this wax is different than that, her clamshell wax. It's a little bit harder. You can see the kind of like whiteness on it on the edges and stuff. And the wax in the clamshells doesn't have that. I don't know if it's the way that it was cut and exposed to the air or what. I'm not sure, but they come in these chunks. And this scent is just amazing. I love anything Blonde Moment. I mean, you really can't mess up Blonde Moment for me. And so this one's just really, really fruity Blonde Moment. I really miss her bands. I hope that she does bring them back maybe, you know, sometime later this year or next year, because they are really fun and it's a great way to stock up. I mean, I know you could buy multiple clamshells and that, but that takes up, I feel like that takes up more space because they can get separated versus a bag where it's all together and, you know what I mean? Like it doesn't move once it's in this bag. So that is my all-time favorite vendor and my favorite scents from this vendor. Like I said, I have a lot more. That's just what I wanted to cover in this video. So I'm just going to kind of push that aside. Like I said, the next 4 vendors, there's no real rhyme or reason to them. They are equal, pretty much. It depends on the scent I'm blending, the time of year. It's very various. So I first of all want to talk about Tiny Tarts. This is a pretty much semi-new company. She opened a couple of months ago. And I think she's only had a few openings. I only got in on one. I missed her last sampler opening, and I'm now very much kicking myself because I just got around to melting these in the last few weeks, and they're amazing. Everything is thrown very well. I've been blending as well, and it's been working out great. So hopefully, she said she had a couple of extra samplers. I'm hoping I'll be able to snag at least the fruity one. I really don't need any more fall wax because I already have a whole pile set aside to do my fall wax video in a couple weeks. I have my blank label fall wax coming. I know I'm about to order from VCS again to get more fall wax. So I really feel like I want to get more of her fruity blends because they're really great. So this top 3 scents that I chose out that I have is Watermelon Margarita, Tropical Lemonade, and Blueberry Blonde Moment. When I saw that she was doing Blueberry Blonde Moment, that was an instant I have to order for me. Like I said, I love Blonde Moment. This was the first Blueberry Blonde Moment blend I had ever seen, and I thought that was really unique. Now with her product, all she has right now, I think she's doing loaves, but I didn't get in on that, are these cubes. Or at least that's what she had when I ordered. I know she's also done scent shots with these cubes embedded. But, you know what, and I did have one in a sample, but I don't have that here to show you. I think I melted that. But these are what they look like. I don't have my scale to weigh them, but they're way less than an ounce per one. I'd say maybe 0.25 ounces per cube. Maybe less, I'm not sure. But that's what they come in. And I think her idea behind this was that you can use as much or as little as you want. It just makes blending even more custom since it's in smaller amounts and easier to get out. You don't have to pre-cut them. So if I wanted a little bit of this and, you know, a lot of this, I could easily do that. She has a softer wax. Her wax is a pear soy blend. It's a custom blend. So her bags do get messy, but I really don't mind. I've been savoring this, which is why I haven't used too much. Like, I'm afraid to run out until I can get some more. I know that's so silly, but there's really no need to go over the scents. I mean, these are pretty basic scents. They're all really great. Her turnaround time, I think she's kind of doing pre-orders lately. I'm pretty sure when I ordered these, they were ready to ship. She had already made them, but now she's doing pre-orders, and it's only a couple weeks turnaround time. It's not too long. I think she got these through with these within 3, maybe 4 weeks after shipping time. I don't know when her next opening is just yet, but I am going to keep my eyes peeled because I do want to order. So that's Tiny Tarts. I usually get, I'd say for a throw from her stuff, probably a 7 out of 10, which is pretty strong. I mean, I don't like to say that things are stronger than they really are. So I think that my rating system is pretty true. I don't think I've ever had a 10 out of 10. Well, that's not true. Chewy from Super Tarts was a 10 out of 10. That thing filled up my entire house, and it was upstairs in my makeup room. And it came all the way down here in my kitchen and filled everything up. So that was a 10 out of 10. But usually I don't do 9 or 10 out of 10s unless it's like something crazy. So for her to get a 7 out of 10, this is pretty strong. And the throw lasts for hours. This definitely doesn't the scent doesn't disappear on you really quick. So definitely a top vendor of mine. Next, I'm going to discuss another semi-new vendor. She's not as new as Tiny Tarts, but she's newer than the rest of these companies to the wax game, and this is Blank Label. I don't have too many different varieties of wax for her. She offers like these leaf or shape packs, I should say, scent shots, and she's been doing custom loaves. I don't have any of those, and I think that's it. She used to have these like squares that she did for her samplers, but she stopped doing that and started doing scent shot samplers, which, to be completely honest, I'm bummed about because I thought her shapes were more fun, and I'm just not a huge fan of scent shots, but whatever. So Blank Label, her openings tend to be about every month and a half. Her turnaround time's about 6 or so weeks, maybe 6 to 8 weeks is what she has it listed as. So hers takes a little bit longer. So something to keep in mind, you know, if you want to order, maybe you don't like sit around waiting, or maybe you don't care. It's always, you want to pay attention to that turnaround time, of course. So some of my favorite scents that I picked out is High by the Beach. This is a Blonde Moment blend. I haven't melted these yet, but I'm telling you, from cold throw or cold sniff alone, I knew that they were going to be amazing. So High by the Beach, Cake by the Ocean. These were both from her Lana Del Rey samplers. This one is Jackfruit, Hawaiian Punch, and Pineapple. This one just smells amazing. This was one from the first order I had from her. This is Consulting Detective, Earl Grey Tea, Lemon Poppy Seed Scones, Cane Sugar, and Sweet Cream. This is an amazing tea blend. Tea scents are hit and miss for me, but this one blew me out of the water. And it's so strong. This one was crazy strong. And you honestly, you could probably use half of this and get the scent throw that you need to. I'm in love with that scent. That lemon poppy seed is so good with that Earl Grey tea. So this is back when she had her these polypropylene bags, and she was going through the transition of switching to the Ziploc bags when I got my first order. So this was for my second shape order that I did. And this is Hakuna Matata. It's banana puree, sweet vanilla cake, caramel drizzle, coffee, and cane sugar. This is the oddest coffee blend I've ever smelled, but it's really, really good. And that's why I really wanted to include it. I wouldn't say that, you know, thinking about my favorite scents off the top of my head, that I would include this, but it's definitely really, really great and unique. And I think it's especially unique to her company, so I thought it was important to include. So that's what the shape looks like. Like I said, she's got different shapes. They vary, especially depending on season as well. But this one's amazing. One thing I love about Blank Label is her blending skills as well. I think that she's underrated in the sense that her blending skills seem to kind of go ignored, at least compared to Brandy's blending skills. Brandy's been around a lot longer. She has a larger following, and I feel that Blank Label will get there. Some of her throw has been hit or miss for me. I know that's been an issue and why some people do not order or haven't reordered. I've realized that when I melt her stuff in my 30-watt candle air warmer, I get the best throw. That being said, I recently melted one of her blends. I think it was called Alice's Wonderland, and I got 0 throw. Even when I got up to the wax to smell it, I barely smelled anything. And that was straight into my candle air. It was stored properly. It wasn't old. It had plenty of time to cure. I don't know. It was just one of those scents, I guess. So that was a little disheartening, but it's still not going to push me away because I really do enjoy her stuff. And most of the time I get a great throw. So it happens sometimes. I can hear my dog hiccuping. Does anybody like hear their dog hiccup and it's like the cutest sound? It's hard to describe. Anyway, sorry. So yeah, this was Blank Label. I thought it was important to include her. It depends on if she's my favorite, because if it's throwing well or what the scent blend is. I do have some blends from her that aren't my favorite, but I'd say for the most part, when she blends stuff together, even just reading it, the description before I get it, I'm like, wow, that's going to be amazing, and I can't believe she thought of that. Like this Consulting Detective one. I think that was a great blend, and you can tell this is something she put together on her own. I've never seen this together from any other vendor. Same with the Hakuna Matata. These are pretty basic blends, I would say. Maybe not this Cake by the Ocean. That's a kind of unique blend. But, you know, this is something that any other blend company could have come up with, but it's still amazingly done. And I love how cute this one is. The little seashell. I've been hoarding this one, but I do need to melt it. So that is, we'll just say, my third favorite vendor. No particular order. I'll move this aside. Gonna move on to Sassy Girl Aroma. I have some different items here. Let me adjust the camera. There we go. Turn up my exposure a little bit. So don't mind my ugly cut up loaf bags. I didn't have any loaves that were still in the pans to show you, unfortunately, because they're adorable. I did order from her. She has a 20% off sale going on right now on the majority of stuff on our site. It's not everything, but it's mostly everything. And I think that goes through until Saturday. So if you like Sassy Girl Aroma or you've wanted to try her or whatever, I think now would be an amazing time to order. 20% off. She doesn't usually do sales like that ever. So I would definitely get in on that. I picked up a couple chunk bags and a loaf, so I will be hauling that when that comes in. I'm excited to show you guys, and then if you are interested in seeing a loaf, if you haven't seen one of hers yet, you'll be able to see one then. So about Sassy Girl Aroma, her website is always open. She's ready to ship. She does what she calls replenishes once, I think every 3 weeks, or it's kind of like once a month. It works out to be once a month. And where she just adds more stock to the site. So the site is always open except for about a day or two in the month because of the replenishing that she does. So her turnaround time is pretty quick. She's very open on her Facebook page if there's anything that's going to be in the way of her turnaround time. Like with the sale started on Saturday and it's going to run through this Saturday. And she was upfront saying that they're not going to ship into the following week. So I'm aware that my order is not going to ship until sometime next week, and that's fine with me. So that's just something to keep in mind if you're ordering. Keep an eye on her page. She may be out of town or going out of town, but she's always honest with what's going on. But I'd say for the most part, she's really quick about getting stuff out. So her main item, I would say, are her chunk bags. These are $9.95, and they're about 9.5 to 10 ounces. It varies. She offers scoopables, but I don't think she's made these recently. This isn't a favorite scent of mine, but I just wanted to show you what her scoopables look like. They're pretty basic. I'm sure you've seen a scoopable. You know, this one's half used, but this is her old label, and this was the label she had semi-recently, and these are her latest labels, I believe. She went through a bit of the redoing her website and redoing labeling and all of that stuff, so it's kind of changed. Let me turn my exposure up again. Okay, so that's the scoopable, and these are the chunk bags. And then she also offers loaves. Like I said, I don't have any, but I have partial loaves that I've chopped up very awfully. They're not great by any means, and they're older. You can see the dates there, so the bags are kind of messy, but these are favorite scents of mine. I'll start with the chunk bags. It's pink chiffon zucchini. This was the first time I had seen this scent blended, and this is just amazing. It's a great blend of both of them. I'll pour a chunk out for you. So this is a good idea of what her chunks look like. They're always really pretty with the colors. She is a Parasoy as well. I don't know if she custom blends or not, but her wax is harder than, say, Tiny Tarts. This is a harder wax. I'd say this is closer to Super Tarts' Bam Bar consistency versus any of the other companies that I have right now. So that's this one. That is amazing. Blueberry Marshmallow Waffle Cone is another really great blend. This is probably right now my favorite blueberry bakery blend. So that's what this chunk looks. This one's cut a little smaller than normal, but you can see those beautiful colors and how her chunks are always like this. They're just different colors and they're always melding together so beautifully. I love it. She's got great blueberry, and she has a great marshmallow, and she has a great waffle cone. I mean, there's a lot of scents that Sassy Girl Aroma has that they're great. Like, I really enjoy her strawberry. I enjoy her ocean breeze scent. Sometimes they can be perfumey from companies. Hers is not. She's got amazing bakery scents, and her fruity blends are great too. I mean, there's controversy, I'll go ahead and tell you if you don't know, with Sassy Girl Aroma, because she was going to switch to more of a vintage style, and I don't know, there was a lot of talk that it felt like she was copying vintage chic scents. I like to stay out of that because this is one of my favorite companies. I don't want to comment too much on it. It's really none of my business. I know a lot of people stopped ordering from her. You know, she's going through a rough time. She lost her mother and her grandmother semi-recently. She wanted to honor them with more of a vintage feel. I'm not the one to say whether she was or wasn't copying. I know she ultimately decided not to do that and to keep her site the way that it was and all of that great stuff. So I'm here for the wax, guys. I'm here to buy what performs for me. I feel like if I were to follow all the drama and not order from this or that vendor, I wouldn't have a whole lot of wax to choose from. You know what I mean? So it's up to you personally to make the decision whether you want to support a vendor or you don't want to support a vendor. And, you know, that's just the way that it goes. I want to support Julie. I think she's very sweet and I think she always means well. And her wax performs really good for me. This is why she's a part of my top 5. Let me have a drink of water real quick. So, yeah, with that being said, this is part of a loaf that I had that I have been hoarding. This is Strawberry Passion Summer Sorbet Cotton Candy Frosting. When I first got this loaf, I thought it smelled great, but I was like, man, what am I going to do with the whole loaf? Because these, I think her loaves are $18.75 a piece. So they're about, you know, 19 to 20, somewhere around 20 ounces, a little less. And that's a lot of wax for me. I don't melt that much of 1 cent. So I went ahead and destashed about half of the entire loaf. Once I started melting the rest that I had kept, I was like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. And so now I have 1 chunk left and I hate myself. I really do. This is so good. So this was kind of, you can get an idea of what that loaf had looked like. Had blue, yellow, and red all in it. With a, you know, yellow and blue combined, it made a pretty green. And with a blue and red combined, it started to make a purple. Like, it was just so gorgeous. And the scent is just like the essence of fruity summer. It's so great. This scent is amazing by itself. It's amazing in a blend. I feel so stupid that I destashed half of it. I'm going to ask Julie if she'll make it soon. I don't know if it'll show up now that it's about to go into fall, or maybe she will. But this scent needs to come back around. And when I purchase another loaf, I'm not letting it go. I will keep the whole thing. And that's big for me to say. I don't usually do that. Next is Mac Apple Ocean Breeze. I thought this was going to be a pretty simple blend, but this is just so fresh and amazing. Mac Apple used to be my favorite, I'd say, fruit scent, and I really overdid it. And I know other people can attest that if you really love a scent, especially when you first get into wax and you overdo it, most of the time when you smell it after that, it makes you sick or you just don't like it. I'm that way with lemon. I'm starting just now to get back into lemon, but not like I used to be. That was the first fruit scent I ever got, and I was like in love and had everything lemon this and lemon that. So I really overdid that one for myself. But this blend really brought me back to Mac Apple and made me not so afraid of it again, because that Ocean Breeze just softens it so much and makes it into something else. So that you can see what the loaf kind of looked like. I wonder if I have a better chunk to show you. You can see this one, it had some of the chunks in it. So the chunks on top were green. And this scent is so fresh and good. I'd say her Ocean Breeze is probably about 65 to 70% of it, and then the rest is Mac Apple. So you definitely get the Ocean Breeze. The Mac Apple does not cover it. And this one's great. I also shared a lot of this loaf with my stepmom, and she fell in love with it too. She really, really loved that one. So it's just a great scent. I'm glad I still have a good amount in it, but I'm probably going to need more before too long. And the last partial loaf I chopped this one up, but you can probably see I did not do a great job on this one. But this one is Blueberry Lemon Cream Pie Crust. This is amazing, you guys. This is the best blueberry lemon bakery scent I've ever had. Let me pull out a corner piece so you can see. It had the blue chunks in it, and I guess this was supposed to be like the pie, or almost like kind of like the lemon color. I think it was just, no, there were yellow chunks in there too. Let me pull out another piece. You can see there were yellow chunks in there as well. So it was like a brown, like pie type color with like a purplish blue and yellow chunks in it. And this one is just, the blueberry is probably stronger than the lemon cream, and I like that it's lemon cream and not lemon, like a cleaner lemon, or there's so many different lemons I'm trying to think, but I can't. Like the really, really super sweet lemons. It is a creamy lemon. It's really odd to describe, but it's a really creamy, sweeter lemon. And it's just, I don't know, guys. I don't know how to explain it, but anyway, that is a favorite of mine. I'm glad I have a couple chunks, but again, with all of these loaves that I'm talking about right now, I did destash about half of them. I think I did it around the same time, and now I hate myself because they're really, really amazing. Around February, March, and April, I'd say Sassy at Girl Aroma had the best blends out. And then, so for those couple months, it was like $100 orders every time she opened. I was enjoying it, and then I kind of feel like she started making stuff that just wasn't for me. I'm sure it was great for other people, but they weren't my scent preference, so I kind of backed off ordering from Sassy Girl, and then really stepped up ordering from Super Tarts. And then that's when I got around to Blank Label, and then, Tiny Tarts, so it kind of led into other companies, which is great that it happened, but I really need her to come back out with some of these blends again. I'm going to ask her. But, okay. Let me push this aside and move on to the last one. And last, I had to include Vintage Chic Scents. I love VCS. So VCS is a company that stocks, I think she does monthly restocks, yeah. And she offers different items. She offers, these were her old school loaves, these little small ones, where she'd have the roses and then the scent overpour. She now offers deluxe ones, which are way bigger. She just started coming out with the, for the fall loaves, they're going to have leaf embeds as well, which is really great. I think that's for this restock coming up. The opening is next week, so I don't have any of that to show you, but her main shapes are these roses. She'll do samplers with them and quartets and things like that. For the fall, she uses her leaves. I should have grabbed them, but they're upstairs. If you saw my last VCS order, you would see what the leaves look like. And then for the winter, she does poinsettias. So she's done scent shots, but I haven't seen those in a while, so I don't have one to show you. She's also well known for her 3-packs. These are her flower or coin 3-packs. And she just announced that she's retiring these, and for the September restock, she's doing these flower coin 4-packs. So I'm assuming they're going to come in zip bags similar to this, but larger. So I don't have that to show you, but you can get an idea of the kind of shape. I'm trying to think if she does. She also does deluxe, or she'll do blossom bags. They're like these size, of different shapes of a scent. And then she'll also do deluxe blossom bags, which are like 3 of her scents mixed together to make like one blend. And then those will also be in shapes. I, for some reason, totally spaced it and didn't grab one of my bags to show you. So I apologize for that. Her turnaround time is about the same for ready to ship. It takes about a week or so to get your order. She ships out pretty quickly. So some of my favorite scents. This was my all-time favorite scent. This is one of the first I ever tried from her, White Zombie. This is Mac Apple Whipped Cream Birthday Cake, I believe. This one's really great. Like I said, I overdid it on the Mac Apple when I first got in. But this one's great though, because that whipped cream really changes the Mac Apple. That whipped cream I never thought would have been so strong, but it is. It's similar to a shaving cream, but without the, man, that's hard to explain. It's got that cream scent that, I don't know, this is something you'd have to smell by yourself. I say it's similar to a shaving cream, but they're very different. But there's something about it that's similar to me. But yeah, this is a scent, I will say for VCS, her stuff has a, I'd say about a medium throw. Her stuff is not the strongest wax, but it's beautiful wax. She has amazing blends. These are great for bedroom melts. Even the fresher one's great for bathroom melts. You can obviously do them anywhere in your home, but they throw best in smaller rooms, I would say. If you do plan on using them in a larger room, I would definitely try to space it out over at least 2 warmers to get a good medium throw, but don't expect a, Super Tarts throw with VCS wax. It's just, her company just doesn't do that. But it is great for what it is. Some people don't even like, you know, wax that's super, super strong. I know some days I don't want something really strong. I just want something beautiful in the background. So it really depends on what you want, the mood you're in. I mean, it varies so much. So I just wanted to say that. White Zombie is a very light throw for me, but it's really beautiful. It's a great blender, so I do like to keep it around. One that she's well known for is Sweeney's Barbershop. I don't know if VCS was the first to come out with a shaving cream blend. I think that they were, but I haven't been around super long, maybe about 1.5 years now, so I can't say for sure. But this is my all-time favorite shaving cream blend. Sassy Girl Aroma also has some great blends, but VCS just does it better. Oh, guys, I wish I had, smell-o-vision for you so you could smell this amazingness. The mint is really, really strong, and you do get that shaving cream, but the strawberry and the mint is so overpowering. This one is just, VCS does mint blends unlike any other. That's for sure. I can say that for sure. And I think anybody else who likes VCS or melts them can attest to that. So that is one of my all-time favorites. Obviously, I would say all of these are, except for this loaf. This is one I wanted to pull out to show you. And also, because this is another mint blend, I wanted to kind of go over it with you. This next one is Hello Gorgeous. I believe this is Strawberry Mint Marshmallow. So similar to Sweeney's, but it doesn't have shaving cream. And I believe the mint is different than the Sweeney's. I'm not sure. This one is a gorgeous bedroom scent. Yeah, I think that's a different mint. And then the marshmallow is really strong in this one. Autofocus, there we go. Yeah, the mint is really, really strong in this one. I'm sorry, the marshmallow. That's what this one has, that this one's missing is that sweetness from the marshmallow, whereas this one has shaving cream. And that is a gorgeous, gorgeous blend. I see why she called it Hello Gorgeous, because it's just so beautiful. I really need this in a baggie. And I think she had it last opening, or maybe it's going to be this next one. Whatever it is, when I see it, I'm going to get it, because it's just so great. Beach Blanket Bingo was one of the first scents I ever tried from her. This, I can't remember all of them, but I know this also has a mint scent in it. But this is more of like a fruity mint scent. So not, like peppermint in your face, whereas that loaf is, but this one is like a beautiful summer mint blend. Yeah, it's got a light mint in there. This one is beautiful. I love this scent. I wish I could remember the other notes in it. I think I get like a melon. There's some sort of honeydew melon or something in there. Really, really nice. Now that I see it, almost everything I picked has a mint blend. So that, that tells you what you need to know. That VCS does mint scents great. Freak Show. This is another scent that I tried. It was one of my first scents. I only had this one time, and I went through it, and I killed myself over it. I know that's not what I meant to say. I mean, like, I died because I didn't have any more. When I received that package from, I think it's Angelica. I think I called her Angelica, but I think it's Angelica. She sent me this as well. She saw that it was one of my favorite scents, and I about died. I was like, what? I can't believe I got more of it. I was waiting for Kirby to put this in some sort of bag or 3-packs or just something, and I haven't been able to get it. I don't know what this is off the top of my head, and I'm so sorry I don't, but this is probably, I'd say this is my favorite out of everything in front of me. It's gotta be. It's so good, and I know this is not helpful at all, that I can't describe it to you, but if you ever get a chance to, pick this scent up. Or if you have it already, you know what I mean. It's just so unique. I've never smelled, well, no, that's not true. Let me think. Wait, this is watermelon, mint, watermelon something mint. Maybe cotton candy frosting or something. And I remember that because Sassy Girl Aroma somebody requested the scent notes in this in a loaf in Sassy Girl Aroma, and she made it. I ordered it. It was actually, no, it was a chunk pie. It was like a $30 giant chunk pie. It was huge. And at first when I smelled it, I was like, well, this is not close at all. This is very different. So I destashed probably 75% of it, and I kept the rest. I do have it upstairs, and now that I smell it after it's had several months to cure, it does smell similar. But this one still takes the cake. It's still a lot better. Sorry, I keep having, there's clouds outside, so it keeps changing my lighting. But this is definitely the original. Super, super good. I think it's watermelon, cucumber, mint. Gosh, I can't remember. I don't know. But it's really, really good. And lastly, another mint blend because I didn't show you enough. This is Dr. Zhivago Roses Mr. Sandman Overpour. Again, I don't know the scent notes. That's very helpful. But I wanted to show you kind of what it looks like. I've de-stashed about half of this and I've used a couple chunks out of it. It was a light thrower for me, lighter than I would expect it to be because it's very much peppermint. And that was kind of a bummer, but it's still really beautiful, so I figured I'd give it some more cure time. This was poured April 1st. So sometimes the VCS just gets better with age, I will say that. I'm sure all wax at some point or another gets old and loses scent, but VCS, even over a year old, is just stronger than ever before. So that's something you don't have to really worry about with her stuff, and I don't. So, you know, the longer I let this sit, I'm not concerned about it, and I thought that this would be great to hold on to for Christmas time. I know she's lately, every restock, been putting out some sort of mint items to get you, you know, if you want to stock up, and that way it has plenty of time to cure in time for the holidays, you know, cold, and sometimes when it's even just cold outside, you just want to melt something minty inside, you know, so I thought that was really smart that she was doing that. But hopefully this one will be really, really cured when it comes to Christmas time this year. But I love that you can see the embeds in it. It was really soft and pretty. This one's really, really strong. It's peppermint, but there's something stronger. I think it's eucalyptus. This one, this is great for a cold or stomach ache. I mean, this is not a beautiful mint blend that you're going to want to smell all day. It's very medicinal and strong, which is great to have around. I think every waxy who enjoys mint, if you don't hate it, needs a mint blend around for sick days or cold days. You know, if your child's not feeling well, it's nice to put on a comforting mint blend. I love doing that with my daughter. So that is a great one to keep around. And I think the amount that I have will serve me probably for the rest of the year, maybe even some into next year. So yeah, that is my top 5 favorite vendors. We got Vintage Chic Scents, Super Tarts, I know it's kind of hard to see, Sassy Girl Aroma, Blank Label. This is not working out, guys. There we go. Blank Label and Tiny Tarts. Let me try to make it where you can see all of them. These are my top 5 favorite vendors. Let me know down below what your favorite vendors are. I'm always curious. If some of these are your favorite, you know, let me know. If there's a vendor you don't like and you have a reason why, go ahead and let me know. I love reading your comments. It's really fun for me. I try to reply as best as I can. I have 2 YouTube channels. I have my personal and my wax, and I feel like if I don't have my YouTube kept under my wax channel, I don't get the updates that someone's commented. So when I realize, hey, you know, I haven't heard anything, I usually go back to my channel, click on the video, and scroll through, and that's when I can reply. So if I don't reply, and it, you know, maybe it's a couple days or a week or something, I apologize, but I do read all of your comments at some point, and I do try to reply. So, you know, let me know. Do you agree with my list? Do you not? What are your favorite vendors? Let me know. Thank you guys for watching. I'll be back semi-soon with another haul. I know I've got, like I said, the potion packs from Super Tarts. I have an order from Sassy Girl Aroma. I have a pending order with Rainbow Melts for her customer favorite sampler. I have a pending order with Blank Label for her fall opening. I think that's it for wax. I'm planning on ordering from VCS when she opens next Thursday, I believe it is. I'm going to try to get in. Anytime I try to order from her, I usually have no issue. But you never really know, so I may miss it, I may not. So yeah, I hope you guys are having a great hump day, and I will talk to you guys soon. Bye.